Welcome back to Dragon Quest Builders 2! So I've done some work on the place. Raised all the walls up to 4 high. Put a nice little top on. So now they look like a finished little area, finished little marketplace. This changing room, you do indeed have to put outfits in here at the beginning, I want to say, of each day. Some residents will run in and change outfits. If you want a specific resident to change outfits, you can put a nameplate on the inside of this room, and only they will change outfits. They will do it at the beginning of the next day. What else do we got going on? Speaking of changing outfits, I've got everyone to change outfits. This is a bunny suit only town. Except for the miners, I can't really get them to change. And Magog, I can't get him to change. Anyway, just kind of spruced up the place a little. I moved the bar over this way. I made in back it's a small potable plant. But all it requires, I think, is 3 casks and a chest and a light source. Maybe a sack, maybe a barrel. Don't remember. But this works like a kitchen, where anything that's in the chest, they will cook. Yeah, what is this? 2 barrels, sack, doesn't even need the light source. 2 barrels, sack, 2 casks, chest. But anything in here, they will cook and turn into drinks. I also remade the mushroom cook room, even though it only needs 2 things. I put 4 in. So, I cannot grab one of the small mushrooms, because you have to pick it up and carry it, and you can't do that. You try to get on the ship with that, and Brownbeard says, I can't let you come back while you're holding something, you gotta put it down. But, you can grab these big old mushrooms. They work just fine. And that counts as a mushroom cook room. What else do we got going on? I made the pumping station. Made the massage parlor, the relaxation room. I put down this real nice wood floor everywhere, put some carpet down in all the rooms. So everything just looks kind of nice. I wasn't sure what to do out here, but just getting rid of the sand was enough to make it feel nice. A lot of these were completely unrequired rooms, but the relaxation room and the pumping station were both rooms that were there in Crumble Done, so I figured give them a taste of home, fill out the space. Got the inn. I'd also just tidied up all the places. I made them look nicer. Added in some bookcases and some crap on some shelves. Just made it look like a nice little place. Got a whole lot of nice beds in here. This still counts as a basic bedroom. There are some things that, because if this is not a basic bedroom, this ceases to be an inn. And a couple things I do to keep it a basic bedroom. I cannot add a second light source. If I add a second light source, this stops being a basic bedroom. Amongst other things. Got over here, got our pooping hole, which I've not collected out of in a little while. Have the ladies' room and the dudes' room there yonder. Just put a lot of time into making the area nicer, filling it out. So I've got a glass front there because I got tired of the friggin' scorpions running up and smacking us. But just put a lot of time into making everything nicer. The only thing that I've done as far as tablet targets done is I made the room way down deep. And that room is right here. Which I keep behind this because I don't want the other idiots coming down here. I also blocked off the top. So I didn't know what room to put down here. It felt weird putting a toilet next to a toilet. So this is my wine cooler. So the game doesn't actually let you put these on top of themselves, but you can if you put one down and then you pick it up with the gloves and then you put it up. So that's fine. Also note that this counts as a cool room. Reminder that we had to create rooms of 6 different ambiences. This is our cool room, and it's done because the metal is cool, and I think these casks are cool. Even these metal light sources are cool. I originally just kind of... Even these pillars are cool. But I originally made this room, just said like, you know, whatever, I don't know what to do, I'm gonna make it out of the copper blocks, and it was a cool room, so I said, sure, whatever, let's make it a cool room. I think the door's normal. That's like our 1% that's not cool. So of our ambiences, we have 3 of the 6 ambiences made already. That's our cool room. We also have... Can't tell what this is. Normal. Normal room. Most rooms are normal rooms. If you don't do anything fancy, it'll be normal. That's all the white you see. Yeah, most rooms are normal. Back on Furrow Field... The Green Gardens... most of these rooms are natural. And that's just because most of them are made with, like, wood walls and wood floors and wood ceilings and everything. I have not done pretty much anything else over here in Furrowfield. As a heads up. So meanwhile, back to Scarlet Sands, Crumble done. Crumble Sands, Scarlet done. I made some minor changes to the outside of the pyramid. I put some lights up top. I put the glass entryway in. I moved these waterfalls over, so instead of being these 3 here, they're now these 2, which mirrors this, and in making them too wide, I feel like it better frames it and looks less like I spilled something and more like it was intentional. I didn't change the other sides. So what else we got done in here? Again, just kind of tidied everything up, made it look a lot nicer overall. Decorated the heck out of these things. In the cat room, I put all the nameplates in here, so all the cats know to come here. I felt so bad for all the other cats. And then, of course, we have the Saber Cub and the Golem, which need pet beds, so I put 2 pet beds down here. One of the reasons that I blocked this off as much as possible is because before I put down these 2 pet beds, the Golem and the Saber Cub were obsessed with standing right where I was building that staircase. So, yeah, tidied everything else up right nice-like. Oh, and I made this room. So we have a dining room and a dance hall. So the dance hall is... I forget what exactly. There we go. That's what... There we go. The dance hall is 2 lights, 4 curtains, and 3 dance pads. That's a room. I had a lot of trouble with this room because I wanted this dance hall to be open air. I wanted it to be the center attraction of the whole area. And I ended up having it glass walled in so you could still see in because I couldn't get it to work otherwise. So, here's what I learned. Here is how things I've figured out work. So, you can make rooms with fencing and a little fence door. That causes some complications, though, because these curtains count as doors. And the fencing and the fence door, I think how this works internally is the door determines what height is required for the walls surrounding the room. I think the curtains confused it. Because when you put down a fencing, the fence door, it requires fence walls. So I couldn't put down fence walls and then use the curtains as the door, because the curtains require a wall too high, or it doesn't count as a room. These, I'm not sure what they're called, stone entryways, entry mats, something of the sort. These count as doors. And since they count as doors, I think they also require a wall of 1 high around. So you can make a wall 1 high around. Or, in the case of this here, you can make a lot of doors. You can make the walls out of doors and make this count as a room. It also only counts as 1 high. And I think because I managed to get the curtains back here on the back wall, they stopped being this weird space that was part of a different room. They actually count as part of the room. Maybe you have to put them on a flat wall for that to count? Like, put them on the wall and they'll count as wall decorations? I'm not sure. I don't pretend to understand. But then I can make all this out here, use another one of these entryway things, and keep this open air too, and now we have a large dining room as well. And everybody comes down and eats and is generally happy. I also put down card tables so people can play cards. We have all the amenities that Crumble Done offered now, only better. Everybody's in there showering. Got a shower and Crumble Done. So that's about it. I think we finally did it. I spent, I don't know, probably another 20 hours on this mess. Doing all of this, getting all this tidied up. But here we are. So I saw people buying stuff. We still have everything for sale. I realized these... Wow, only one left. Cards. And mostly these and the cards. They sell quick. I would have expected those to go faster. But I don't care as long as stuff's selling. You also may notice I have way more gratuity than I have any use for, and probably won't have any use for the entire rest of the game. But, you know, that's where we are. Sure does. I wanted to dance. Hold up. Yeah. So that catches you up on where we are. Let's get to work. We have plenty more to do today. So let's go check out our tablet targets and see what yet needs done. Alright, so, I got this one by accident. You'll notice this went back down to 3. I made a 4th ambient room. A different ambient than those 3 by accident while I was kind of playing around. And it counted enough to trigger this, but I got rid of the room, so it went back to 3. You do have to have all 6 simultaneously. Otherwise, I made the room down low, showed you that one. Need to make very fancy rooms, sell things, just 12 more things and we'll have that one done. Got the residents to change clothes, I put a ton of different clothes in there, let them pick, waited a couple days, they figured it out. Of note, it is difficult to get them to change back into their original outfits. So, Babs had a unique outfit. I can't get her to change back into it. Not yet. In a little while, we will gain that ability. But right now, I can't. So she's just in the red bunny suit until then. But yeah, did that. Place lots of naughty night lights, make lots of different food. I may tackle this one today. Since we have the ability to cook two things together, this opened up a lot. There's a ton of food that we can make. That 22 out of 30, like 20 of that is entirely not combined with other foods. So, let's get to work. So we have to make a fancy room and rooms of different ambiances. So I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to be cheating the system a little bit for a lot of this. I'm going to be doing this upstairs. Because we still have all this room up here that I don't know what to do with. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So we have to make a fancy room. So to make a fancy room, go grab yourself some silver. This is going to be ugly as sin. But I'm just going to go ahead and make all the walls right out of silver. This is going to be placed awkwardly, but as long as it gets the job done. Hopefully that's enough. That's enough space. Do I have a door on me? I do. Wow, really? That was enough? Oh! I also got the chisel while I was hecking around. Really? This is... BS! You only got to get to 2 stars? Man, I was ready to wreck face with this thing. I also got the chisel while I was completing... I think I got the chisel by... Again, I got it by accident. But the chisel is kind of interesting. It lets you change the shape of blocks. And you can change between different chisels to make blocks of different shapes. So, for example, I can take this and do this, and just kind of squish it down to be a half block. I can also make it diagonal. And I can make it corner. That's a weird corner. That's not what I was expecting out of a corner. How do you fix... I don't know if you can fix these. We'll find out. You can. Okay. No, increase your overall fancy. So what was that I just completed? Because I've still got so much fanciness to complete. Okay, so the other thing you want to increase your fanciness is these golden, things. People told me how to pronounce it. I've forgotten. You want these. You want a lot of these. You can go back to Crumble Dun, warp down to the fiery area, the big old temple down there. There's like a billion of these things around. And just like... Okay, so that's that, and now to top it off, I think it's these that I gotta put up? These, like, count for nothing. Maybe I need a floor. This may or may not be enough. I just had to... I mostly just made the room bigger, and I made sure the floor was also silver. I built it one up, so this is awkward. I'm probably going to be destroying it and remaking it. But now we're going to try this again. Just put down all of these bad boys and see how fancy we get. Bam! Nice and easy. So the one we got before was for having 25 overall levels of fanciness. So there we go, maximum fancy. I wonder how small I can make this room and still have it count. So I learned that I could have made it exactly 1 block smaller. Hey, whatever gets the job done. And if I put a lamp in the corner, I can have 2 doors. So I'm going to leave that over there because I'm going to need to make more fancy rooms later, and I'm just going to reserve that whole stretch for them. So in the meantime, we need to make other rooms. We need to do the 3 other ambiances. So let's go ahead and take a look. What do we have that we have a lot of that we could use as walls? Because I don't care too much. How about rock? Do I have a lot of rock? Light dolomite, sure. Okay, so making these is going to be relatively simple. You actually want to make them reasonably small. I'm going to go for a 3x3 and see if that's enough. But you want to make them reasonably small so the willing to bet this dolomite is considered like neutral or whatever. Or normal. I'm just going to take this with me because I'm probably going to be using it a lot. Can't see. Let's see here. So I need a door. Not that. Door. But you kind of want these to be reasonably small because the more blocks you add to the walls and floor that are not what you're aiming for is what you have to overcome. So that just gets a little harder, let's say. So the first one I want to work on is... I mentioned we have normal, we have natural, and we have cool. So what we need is cute, flamboyant, and cheeky. So let's go ahead and start with cute. So it's pretty easy. You mostly just look through all your blocks and try to find stuff that gives you cute. Like natural, normal, and pretty much everything we have is natural and normal. Some cools here and there, which made getting cool pretty easy. The only cute wall we have is a slime block. Sure. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to swap over some walls. Well, that's all of that I have, but that's fine. Because there are other things. I mean, I could make more, I could make them cuter. You know, let's just go full cute. But when I get it, the other cute things that we'll add is you. Oh, I had more of them. How nice. And what else was it? Pumpkins, like jack-o'-lanterns. You are cute. Now I've just gotta find my friends. Boop. 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 I mean, it says cute. Okay, I think we're good for cute. I'm gonna go ahead and make one more slime block just so we can slime block some slime blocks. You could also use these for floor if you really wanted to. It didn't give me the notification, but I was sure I could manage. Here we go. So we just have a tiny little cute room. Look how cute this room is. Okay, so next up is, let's do flamboyant. So flamboyant is another difficult one because we don't have a lot of crap that's flamboyant. But if you go down, once again, to the temple in Crumble Dun, you'll find these citadel walls. These count as flamboyant walls. I'm just going to use as many of them as I have. I didn't grab all of them in the world. Hey, what do you know? That's plenty. I need a door. Again, you can use these as a floor, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be enough. There we go, flamboyant. So there we go. That's a flamboyant room. There are other things that are flamboyant, but there's not a lot we have that's small that we can put in there. A couple other things you can pick up from that same fortress are, say... Oh, not from that fortress, but there's these guillotines. They're flamboyant. These false idols, which you can pick up both at that fortress and on, Skeletraz. These big faces, which you could pick up from the underground, pyramid temple. Like the temple block temple, not the citadel. You're normal. Got these, the brackets, which are also flamboyant. Oh, and these here, these fiendish faces, which again you can pick up from that same evil temple. So there we go, we got 2 rooms. Now the last room is going to be real rough, because there are only 2 items in the game that will actually do this. So I'm just going to go ahead and make it out of... Well, maybe not 2 items in the game, but there's 2 items for now. Thankfully, they're both weighted very heavily, so it doesn't take many. And right here at the end, I'm going to put down our book of blueprints. Bam. Like I said, weighted heavily towards cheeky. So the book of blueprints is an interesting play on words that people have been pointing out to me for like 10 videos or so, and I heard you in video 1. But you'll note that it's not called a book of blueprints as in it's an amazing play on words, because book of blueprints, you think a blueprint, but blueprint is spelled as one word. This is a book of blue space prints. And blue is a really, like, old-timey word for, let's say, cheeky. So it's a book of blue prints. Prints that are blue. It's amazing. I also saw some people saying, like, well, that's Nintendo's censorship for you. They did this in every localization. Does not matter the system. In fact, I think the PlayStation has been harder on censorship than Nintendo has this last generation. But regardless, video games aside, this was done because it's just called a naughty book in, like, Japan or whatever. But what it is the localizers just friggin' love puns. That's what it comes down to. Really. They looked at it and said, yeah, we could call it a naughty book. Or we could make it a pun. Alright, so the other item is the naughty nightlight. I forget how many of these I need. Hold on. 10! Wow, was expecting a lot more than that. I mean, I guess I can only make 10 because that's all the rubies that I got, but whatever. 10 naughty nightlights. I can probably make this room a lot smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that was enough to make it a cheeky room. Don't mind me, it just stuck on the wall. So we're not going to get 10 more tablet targets, so that's going to be a little while before we get that far. And there's our naughty nightlights. I should have taken these down and put them in all the rooms down below. Maybe I will someday. Not too worried about it for now. Well, since I could make this room smaller, I'm gonna make this room smaller. No. No. Okay, smaller room. There is our 3 remaining ambiances. So what's left for us now is the fanciness. Increase the overall fanciness. So this is going to be not an easy thing to do, but also not necessarily a hard thing to do. I kind of want to keep that room. We'll find out, I guess. So, I think increase the island's overall fanciness to 50 is enough to get us the tablet target. But if you're going that far, you might as well go 80. And if you're going 80, then that means we're gonna need 50 more levels. Oof, that's actually gonna be kind of rough. 51, no less. Alright, so I'm gonna need some silver bricks. How easy is it to make silver bricks? I've got a lot of silver, and that makes a lot of silver bricks. We should be fine. Ish. Okay, so how I'm gonna do this? I'm just gonna make, assuming I don't hit the cap, because I think there's a cap of like 100 rooms. Or something. And I've got a couple rooms already. I can't zoom in. I want to know how many rooms I have. Well, look, if we run out of the ability to make rooms, then I'll just go back and make the individual rooms fancier. Alright, so how I'm going to handle this is mostly I'm just going to make 50 rooms. So that can go straight back that way, this can go straight back this way. So this is not going to be enough space up here to do everything that I need to do, but we're going to go from there. So a 2x2 room. It's a tiny room, and it has made of silver walls. It is a 1-star fanciness room. That's all you need. Open that up. This here is also 1 star, just barely, but that's all we need. I mean, that's slowly getting us there. We're partway there. So I kind of gave up on doing this inside. I'm going to keep the ones in there for the sake of having them and knowing this is the thing. But also, I don't want to use up like 100 of my friggin' rooms for this. So I'm just going to do this outside, and then as soon as we're done, I'm going to destroy it. That's just about it for our tablet targets now, too. But, you know, as long as we're here, might as well shoot for that 80. Hey! I'm really surprised it let me make that many rooms. So again, you only needed like 50 for the tablet target, but as long as you have 50 rooms, you might as well make the full 80. Now with that done, I don't want this eyesore here anymore. Not that I'll ever really want to, but now we can make a treasure pile. So of the remaining locked recipes, there's these two which I can't do yet, and this one which is plant different types of flowers on the Isle of Awakening. This is also something we can't really do right now. You'll get the seeds for the various flowers on the Isle of Awake, or that you would plant. The wrong way. You'll get the seeds for them on the Explorer's Shores. And right now we only have access to 7 of them. So I did run out and I found the 7 that I could plant. And that's these 4 right here. I mean 7 right here. But that's that, so we can't do anything else with that. So that means back to here to take a look at what we could do. And we're looking at, we did the ambiances, we built the fancy room, we did the overall fanciness. We're waiting on selling those 5 things and make lots of different food. You know what, let's go ahead and tackle that, make lots of different food. But let's do it next time. Until then, everyone, we're gonna tidy this place up and then ship off.